$200,000 that can make you push yourself past the limit. It's bear scat. Definitely a bear presence here. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm a little concerned right now. Feeling a little anxious right now. The woods have an eerie feeling with them. I'm doing this because it's just an opportunity for me to be a positive role model to my family, friends, and people that love me. You know, I ain't gonna tap out. That's for sure. Bear gonna have to grab me.
You gotta be some physical altercation.
Yeah, and then if the bear grab me, if somebody see the bear fight, they need to help the bear.
Right.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna be fired out there.
I had to call in the rescue guys to see and tell them to get me out of here. I feel like I bit off more than I can chew.
Yeah, y'all can have this. I ain't made for bears. I ain't made for them. I'm good. So I guess I'm officially tapping.
Good afternoon, everyone. Treasure Troller here with another recap of Alone. Sorry for that little jostling there. I don't know what to say. Was this episode 6? I really don't know what to say about this episode. That's a little better. They have me at a loss for a couple reasons. Could be just the editing. Could be the editing. It could be this is maybe the first year, the first season where food wasn't as big a struggle to get as it has been in past seasons. Usually you'd have a few people in the very beginning getting a lot of food, some of them struggling, and usually the ones that struggled in the beginning figured something out and they made a decent run at the end. They don't seem to be too concerned about getting food. It's almost an afterthought. But we'll go to recap. Got Timba. Well, he's I guess he's got it all smoked. The shelter's cleaned out. It looks like a nice shelter. It might be too big for the upcoming months. He says he's got it very secure. Yeah, we'll see about that. Dub. Kind of looking at my notes. I did my notes a while back, and this is the first chance I've had to do something. I believe he hadn't eaten for a couple of weeks. And then he seems to, maybe it's just because they're just finding time to kind of clown around. And Dub's going to be this year's class clown. And then, of course, he catches a fish, 36-inch pike. And then the old adage, or the new old adage, is the more you fuck around, the more you find out. So he's got to hold it up nice and proud for the camera. A little wiggle waggle shimmy. A little shuck and jive, and he loses it. So Dub's still the favorite, but Dub, you need to get a little bit more serious about things. Never take dinner for granted. Now, Jake, I mean, we pretty much saw the tap coming, unless there was some sort of spectacular edit. So before he left, he decided to make himself a nice pipe. Tying pieces of string together to make a fishing line, that's not going to work. No, that's not going to work. I'm really sort of surprised at this rather novice attempt at fishing with a few pieces of cord tied together. That kind of surprised me. And it's sort of like, I'm not going to tap out, but I'm going to tap out without saying I'm tapping out. I think it was pretty easy to tell when the med check got there, they could see it in his eyes that this guy was done and he wanted out. So on day 20, we got William. William seems to be feeding the island more than feeding himself. But he's losing an awful lot of food to not be very concerned about it. He's lost rabbits, grouse, fish, and it's almost like he catches a week's worth of food, he eats some that night, and then he loses it. And I know what I'd be trapping. I know what I'd set a snare out for. Yeah. Sassy would be on the menu. Or at least, geez, I haven't seen Sassy in a few days. I wonder what happened to Sassy. Sarah, we got the first sort of vagina monologue, a long speech on probably being tired, hungry, and alone. But the first kind of vagina monologue misses a couple of grouse, and then somewhere, according to Callie, and we cannot say anything bad about Callie because Callie is my gal. According to this, she, while the camera was off, she gets a couple of grouse. How I missed it, I don't know. I do not know how I missed that. And I watched it twice. But somehow I missed Sarah getting a couple of grouse. So I'm hoping that someone doesn't correct me and say, no, Sarah just missed 2 grouse and Callie was wrong. Because Callie's never wrong. Callie's never wrong. Which kind of gets me to Isaiah. Talk about lucky bastard finds. Getting a hold of a gill net. They only use one, so maybe they're only allowed one. But of all the luck box things to find, he rolls up on a gill net. But my concern with him is, just like all these other guys, all these other contestants, they get something in their head about what they need. And then when that gets done, then they start thinking. And he really hasn't eaten much. I really think he's on his way out. He just doesn't know it. He spent a lot of time and energy building that shelter. It's like, so you built the shelter better than Roland. You win the shelter building contest. Congratulations. Now we're going to remove you for medical reasons and you have no shot at $500,000. So if that's, I guess if that's the way he wants to play it, but I don't quite understand. But I'm sort of looking for Isaiah to start thinking now, because he's had his mind on that shelter and he's got it done now. So now we're probably looking at him starting to think about home. He hasn't had anything to eat. It takes a couple days to catch something and he doesn't catch anything. I think that's it. So that was it. Not a real exciting episode. I mean, we're all waiting to see who gets removed. Not a big surprise. Like I said, I don't know if it's the editing, but food seems to be easy to come by in the sense that they're eating, maybe not thriving, but eating. better than, overall, better than what a lot of the seasons had. So we'll have to wait, see what happens with the moose food. I still got a feeling some of that's going to spoil. And I'm kind of thinking someone else is going to get a moose this year too. Thinking there's going to be a couple of rather large kills. Yeah, I wish this could have been a really great vlog. Some just end up being better than others. You can only go by what they give you. So maybe there'll be a few unpredictable twists and turns coming up. Looking to see if Isaiah can kind of get himself back in the game. I think he's on the short end. I think Sarah's on the short end. William seems to be doing well. I don't know how you can lose that much food and be cool. Dub's a favorite, but Dub is, to me, in kind of a sketchy situation. He doesn't seem to be too concerned about getting food. Doesn't seem to be getting a lot of it, but seems to be doing okay. Isaiah, I don't know. And we got Timba. So right now, he's sitting in the catbird seat. We'll see how long the moose lasts. See if he does any other. We'll see how long it lasts. I just got a feeling, and that really secure storage spot he's got. So we'll see how that works out for him. So that, and I'm going to say this at the end because I hope I was able to get that Desmond video in this thing. It took me, that was the other reason why, other than being extremely busy and working an obscene amount of hours, it took hours to try to get that clip downloaded. I spent hours trying to do that. So hopefully I was able to add it to this video for your enjoyment and of course mine. Once again, Callie has not contacted me to be on her podcast yet. Looking forward to being on Callie's podcast someday. So Callie, feel free to give me a call. So this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.